Good evening, everyone. We're so glad to have you here tonight. I'm Sandra Dunn. I'm Scholarship Chairman for the Waco chapter of the Texas Exes. And today is our official launch of the 2018-2019 Scholarship Fundraising Campaign. The purpose of this campaign is to raise funds to increase our ability to award scholarships to deserving young students from the Waco area. Last year, we were fortunate enough to be able to award scholarships to 3 students, and you're going to hear from one of them in just a few minutes. We're very honored this year to be able to tell you that all scholarships this year will be awarded in memory of Bill Miller. He's a past president of the Waco chapter. He was a Longhorn through and through. He loved UT. He loved the Longhorns. He loved football. He loved the Waco chapter. And as I understand it, they had a whole lot of fun while he was the president. So we are very pleased to be able to award all scholarships this year in his memory. This year, our scholarship fundraising takes on a little different approach. This is going to be 7 weeks of a variety of live webinars, VIP guests, different kinds of events, all of which will share the message of how important Texas Exes alumni are to the key mission of raising funds for Waco scholarships. You're going to be able to find out about all of the events on many different sources. Among them are Facebook, LinkedIn, our chapter website. We'll be sending emails out on a weekly basis, and we have a postcard coming out in the next few days. So these will all be opportunities for you to get all of the details. I want to tell you about one very special event that's coming up in just a few weeks, and that is our Lunch with Longhorns. Will be March 29th, that's a Thursday, from 11 to 1. We'll be at the Waco Hippodrome, and we are so excited to have as our featured speaker Nancy Seliger, who is the incoming president of the Ex-Students Association. So we're very pleased that she was able to work us into her very busy schedule. So we're really counting on you to support us and to show her that Waco is on the map as far as active alumni. Now, last week, I went to Austin and I met with Daniel Ocampo. He was one of our scholarship recipients last year, and he worked us into his busy schedule between classes and his job to give us a few minutes to record a few words with us. I believe that Daniel's a very special young man, and I hope that you have the same feeling after you listen to what he has to say here. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Dunn with the Waco chapter of the Texas Exes, and we're so glad to have you here this evening. This is the first of our very special webinar series for this year's scholarship fundraising event. And as our very special guest tonight, we have one of our scholarship recipients from last year, Daniel Ocampo. He's a very special young man, and he agreed to talk with us tonight. So I would like for us to start out, Daniel, if you'd just like to share a little bit about who you are and where you came from and what brought you to UT.
Okay. Like you said, my name is Daniel Ocampo. I'm from Marlin, Texas, small town. Here at the university, people kind of confused when I bring up the name of the town Marlin, like, where is that? I have to use Waco as a reference point most of the time. But yeah, it's a small, calm, country town. Everybody's nice. Everybody knows each other. It's a close community. And I chose UT. I made it a priority after high school. Back in 7th grade was when I made the decision, like, I saw University of Texas at Austin. I'm going to come here. I'm going to study here. This is where I'm going to be. Being a first-generation college student, it really was like something I felt I had to do. It's great being here. Coming from a background where not too many people in my family have gone to like universities, colleges, even community colleges. It feels good to be the first one to go to university and studying in a degree here.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you did when you were in high school. What kinds of activities were you involved in? Because as I recall, you were pretty busy.
Oh yeah, my name is busy. The main part of my high school career was football. I played varsity football all 4 years of high school, and along with that, being in the marching band as well. So at halftime, I would take off my helmet and shoulder pads and strap on a snare drum and go play at halftime. And also being a part of the student council. I was vice president for the student council, being the president of my class as well, and also being a part of TAFE, the Texas Association of Future Educators. So it was mainly just keeping myself busy, make sure I was doing things that were productive that would help me develop myself as an individual.
Did you do things outside of school?
Outside of school, I mainly had to work. So like at the end of my day, I would go work. Then after that, go home, work on homework, work on dual credit as well.
So you took some dual credit courses?
Yeah, my junior senior year I did.
Sorry about that. I think this is important for people to know about because this is the kinds of things that when we're looking at scholarship recipients or applications, we're looking at the kinds of things that students did while they were in school and whether they were just focused on their classes or if they were involved in other things. And as you can see, Daniel was very involved in quite a few things, and that's one of the things that really made him stand out to us. Tell us a little bit about why getting not just our scholarship, because I know you received other scholarships as well, but why that was important to you and what kind of a difference that has made for you in coming to UT.
For me, it's important for me to get as many scholarships as I can and cover all expenses. Because as I stated before, like nobody in my family has really gone to like any form of secondary, schooling, colleges, even technical schools where they can learn trades and whatnot. And my family wouldn't be able to financially, help me with any of my college fees. And then I mainly rely on like scholarships, grants, and a few loans here and there to cover the extra expenses. And it really helps taking off, the stress and anxiety of worrying about, college expenses, housing, tuition fees. It really allows me to actually focus on my academics instead of stressing and worrying about how I'm going to pay my tuition tab and whatnot.
So it would have been really hard for you to come not only to UT but to any other university without the help of scholarships and grants. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah, if it weren't for my scholarship and grants, I would have considered going to university. It being so expensive.
Well, so I'd like to ask just one more question, and that's if you could speak directly to the people who are listening in this evening and tell them, in your opinion, why it's important that the alumni of the University of Texas support the scholarship push that we go through to help students like you. What can alumni do to help that along?
I think alumni, they should come out to the events the chapter has, meet some of the prospective students for University of Texas, possibly leading to anything to where they can build relationships, and also donate to the chapter. It really helps. These scholarships, they really help. Students from my particular background, coming from a family that doesn't really have the economic means to send their children to college alone on their own funds. I think the alumni support, it's the main thing that helps prospective students reach the University of Texas.
Thank you very much. Daniel, we wish you the best. And he told me before we started that this semester's been a little better than the first semester. He had a little bit of adjusting to do, but this semester he's doing a whole lot better and really enjoying it and working towards making a decision on what major you want to start focusing in on. And we wish you all the best. And I we look forward to hearing more from you and we'll be calling on you again. So thank you so much. We really appreciate you and all you're doing. Thank you.
Well, as you can see, Daniel is a great guy. I'm glad you were able to listen to him and that you got a good taste of the kind of students that I think will benefit the most from our assistance in giving them scholarships. He was being very modest when he was describing what he did outside of his classwork in school. He did a whole lot more than just a few things that he talked about. So anyway, let's get down to talking about the fundraising, because that is definitely an important part of what we're doing, and fundraising means raising money. We're actually going at this in a two-pronged approach. One is just direct donations, like many people think. You can use the pledge card that we have created here. We'll be posting that on our Facebook page, on the chapter webpage, as well as other places. But if you go to our chapter webpage, there's a little link on the right side of the screen that says donate, and you can donate whatever you want to there, and that money goes directly into our general scholarship fund there at the Texas Exes. It's maintained by the Texas Exes. It's one of our primary sources for our scholarships. Or when you come to any of our live events, you can write a check or cash to any of our board members who will be happy to take care of that for you and put it directly into our local scholarship account. But once again, this pledge card you'll be able to find. If you feel that it would be helpful to you to maybe do some small donations over several months, we're very happy to help work with you on that. That's entirely up to you. So cash donations is one way. The other way is we're going to have an online silent auction. Now, I know a lot of people, lots of chapters have had silent auctions before, but we're doing it in conjunction with all these other events, which is totally unique from what I hear. And so we hope everyone will get involved. This part of our fundraising will be active April the 9th through the 22nd. We will have, as we get closer to that time, we'll be providing all of the information on how you can access the online site and actually make your, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Contributions to any item that you find interesting. Here is one of the items that we already have amongst several. It is a Quan Cosby autographed football. Of course, we all know Quan Cosby was right in the middle of that 2005 national championship team. He's a native of one of our neighboring towns, Mart. He's actually come and spoken to our group on occasion. This particular gift in this beautiful case was donated to us by Carol and Billy Weaver of the Waco Mattress Center. And you'll find that many of the items that we have to offer come from businesses who have been very, very supportive of the Waco chapter. So when the time comes, we hope that you will definitely be a part of the auction. On April the 3rd, we're going to have a happy hour, which once again, you'll be able to get all the information through all of our different social media opportunities. But at that happy hour on April the 3rd, we're actually going to have many, if not all, of the auction items on preview so you can actually see them. So we hope you're able to come to that. So watch for information on that event as well. The big conclusion, the big grand finale is of not only the fundraising campaign, but that includes the online auction, is going to be a family barbecue at Markham Dorset's Longhorn Ranch. Markham is a Texas ex, and he has very graciously invited us to use his ranch as the venue for our closing event. And it's going to be beautiful. He says the wildflowers will be absolutely amazing at that time of year. And on top of that, the Longhorn mamas are having babies. So you and your children are going to have an amazing opportunity to be up close and personal with Longhorns. And you'll have a great chance to take some beautiful pictures of your kids and all the lovely wildflowers. And we'll be drawing our online auction to a conclusion at that event. And the winners of the items who are there will be able to take their items home with them. So we hope everyone will be able to come to the Longhorn Ranch. So what I need for you to do now is mark your calendars for the two big events that are coming up. One is the Lunch with Longhorns on March the 29th, and the family barbecue at the Dorset Longhorn Ranch on April 22nd. Once again, watch all of your social media, the chapter web page, emails that are coming. We've got a postcard coming out in a few days. All of these things will be giving you information, specific details as we get nearer to the specific events that are going on. Now, next week, I'll be talking with Eddie Surface, who is a past scholarship chairman of the Waco, Texas Exes. He's going to be filling us in on some of the things that they did. Sounded like a lot of fun. So I hope you will join us then. And we think this is going to be a great opportunity for the Waco chapter to really pump up our scholarship mission of scholarship for future Longhorns. But we will only be as successful as you make it. So we're asking that you open your hearts, open your wallets, and let's hook 'em horns. So we'll see you soon.